It's kind of rough looking. 1,000-pound sisters Chris Combs breaks silence after Tammy Slaton's skin removal surgery. Chris Combs from 1,000-pound sisters described how Tammy Slaton is doing after undergoing skin removal surgery. His sister was scheduled to get her extra skin removed during 1,000-pound sisters season 7 after spending the last several years on a weight loss journey. Tammy underwent bariatric surgery and lost over 500 pounds, but her bad habits prevented her from taking the final step of her transformation. Once Tammy was able to quit vaping, she became eligible for the process. However, her skin removal procedure was risky, and she was worried about whether she would make it out alive. Chris is now sharing his honest thoughts and concerns about Tammy's health following her surgery. Shared a clip from an upcoming episode of 1,000-pound sisters in which Chris tells the cameras, "At first look, it's kind of rough looking. 'Cause you've seen the blood, dried blood, different things." Chris adds that the only thing he's worried about is whether Tammy will be up, awake, and breathing. He admits that it is all he cared about, since everything else can be worked out later. "The bee is alive and she made it through," Chris yells excitedly while noting that he is ecstatic. What Chris Combs showing support for Tammy Slaton means brotherly love meets tough reality in Chris Tammy story. Sisters know, Chris and Tammy have had a complicated relationship throughout the show. As fans of 1,000-pound. In the beginning, Chris came across as a supportive big brother, doing what he could to help Tammy with her weight loss. However, over time, things got tense, with arguments and frustration over some of Tammy's choices. In the most recent season, Chris has opened up more about how worried he is about her health. He hasn't held back his feelings, making it clear that while he still cares, he's also tired of seeing her make the same mistakes. Despite numerous challenges, Chris has consistently supported Tammy by driving her to appointments, encouraging healthier habits, and motivating her to meet her weight loss goals. His actions reflect the deep emotional bond they share. Chris has made it clear he wants Tammy to succeed and live a healthier, longer life. His unwavering dedication shows just how much he loves his sister. Through every setback, Chris has remained strong and focused, always prioritizing what is best for his family. It is this steady presence and determination that has earned him the reputation as the leader of the pack among fans. Our take on Chris Combs' reaction to Tammy's surgery. Chris is keeping the family together through tough times. Chris has never been afraid to speak his mind, but his love for his sisters always shines through. He said he was simply thankful that Tammy survived her surgery because nothing else really mattered. Even when he loses his temper or uses strong language, it is clear he cares deeply. Chris was visibly shaken during Tammy's surgery on 1,000-pound sisters, though he usually stays calm and focused. His honest reactions show he tells it like it is. Like many families, siblings often argue, but Chris is always the one trying to bring everyone together and keep things in perspective. 1,000-pound sisters, have Chris Combs' health issues improved since his 150-pound weight loss? Since making his television debut, 1,000-pound sister star Chris Combs has lost weight and significantly improved his health. The show chronicles the weight loss journeys of Amy Slaton and Tammy Slaton. But several of their siblings have also gotten involved, including 44-year-old Chris. It can't be overstated how far Chris has come over the years, and how much he has changed his life. Chris struggled with weight his whole life, and the problem followed him into his adulthood. It caused health problems and lowered his quality of life. His weight was a lifelong enemy. Inspired by his famous sisters, and worried about his own mortality, Chris decided to go on his own weight loss journey. He exceeded all expectations and, in many ways, he surpassed the progress of the rest of the Slaton siblings. 1,000-pound sisters season 7 recently premiered, and, not only is Chris looking slimmer than ever, he's also healthier than ever. He's been through many ups and downs, highs, lows, and plateaus, but it was all worth it for Chris. His weight loss journey hasn't been easy. Read on to learn more about how Chris's weight loss journey has improved his health. Chris's medical conditions when he was at his heaviest, inspired by his sisters, driven by fear. Before losing weight, Chris's quality of life wasn't optimal. The 1,000-pound sisters season 7 star lived with morbid obesity and struggled with elevated sugar levels. When his health was at its worst, Chris was taking up to 5 shots of insulin a day. Just moving around was difficult, and his body was in pain all the time. Aside from all of that, Chris didn't like the way he looked or the way he felt about himself before losing weight. On top of all that, Chris was scared. He had watched his own father die of morbid obesity when he was around Chris's age, so the 1,000-pound sisters season 7 star was afraid. Chris didn't want to leave his own family, the way that his father has left him. He wanted to be around for a long time to come. Another factor was that his daughter was starting to struggle with her own weight. He wanted to show her that it was possible to get back on track. Chris Combs started his weight loss journey at 450 pounds. He made a stunning transformation. He weighed over 450 pounds when 1,000-pound sisters premiered in 2020. After having bariatric surgery in 2022, Chris lost 150 pounds. His doctor, Drive. Eric Smith, posted an amazing before and after of Chris on Instagram in March 2024. On side is a photo of Chris before he lost weight, and on the right is a recent photo of Chris finishing a 5K run. This split-screen comparison is the perfect symbol of how much Chris's health has changed since he embarked on his weight loss journey. This is the best journey that I've ever decided to take and stick with. Losing weight hasn't all been sunshine and rainbows for Chris. During 1,000-pound sisters season 6, he found himself at a weight loss plateau. After shedding the pounds quickly initially, his progress slowed down, which devastated him. Chris was desperate to remove all the excess skin left behind by his rapid weight loss. He was heartbroken when doctors told him to lose another 60 pounds first. It wasn't easy, but Chris was able to buckle down and lose enough weight to qualify for the procedure. How has Chris been losing weight? The old-fashioned way. Chris has been losing weight the old-fashioned way, through diet and exercise. During 1,000-pound sisters season 6, he even purchased gym memberships for the whole family, hoping to encourage them all to get more fit. Later in the season, Chris kept turning away delicious foods that he would have loved to eat, but he really wanted that surgery. By the end of the season, Chris's doctor finally gave him the green light, and Chris had skin removal surgery. Chris's skin removal is the icing on his weight loss journey's cake. During 1,000-pound sisters season 6, Chris had skin removal surgery. He looked like a new man as he left the hospital after his procedure alongside his wife, 36-year-old Brittany Combs. While lying in his hospital bed after surgery, a tired but satisfied Chris says, "This is the best journey that I've ever decided to take and stick with." Chris was eager to be able to keep up with his grandchildren and even with his wife. The post's caption reads, "Chris's skin removal is the icing on his weight loss journey's cake." Amazingly, Chris accomplished everything he set his mind to. Have Chris's medical conditions improved? Chris's quality of life is better. The recent premiere of 1,000-pound sisters season 7 found Chris looking and feeling better than ever. During the episode, the family went to a local swimming hole. When Chris took off his shirt to get in the water, she showed off the results of his weight loss and his skin removal surgery. Not only does Chris look like a sliver of his former self, he's healthier than ever. He's no longer taking 5 shots of insulin a day. In fact, he no longer needs insulin. He's come a long way. Chris's journey isn't over. Since losing weight, Chris has had more energy than ever. He's probably comforted by the fact that his health means he'll be around for his family for a long time. The 1,000-pound sister star is the patriarch of the Slaton clan, so they need him. He's also a fan favorite because of his positive attitude and fun-loving approach to losing weight. Though he's come a long way, Chris's journey isn't over. Now that he's had skin removal on his stomach, Chris is considering moving onto his chest area.